Georgina's childhood was far from carefree. At age 4, she was enrolled in Susanna Alla's ballet school, where she found her first real dream. She longed to become a dancer, to glide gracefully across the stage. But that dream was as fragile as a soap bubble, and it burst quickly under the weight of reality. When she was 9, her life changed irrevocably. Her father, Jorge Rodriguez, was arrested and sentenced to 11 years in prison for his involvement in a drug trafficking operation worth over £100,000. His sudden absence removed the family's main pillar of support. With finances stretched to the breaking point, her family could no longer afford her dance lessons, and Georgina had to give up her beloved ballet. From then on, Georgina, her mother, and her older sister clung together. Tragedy struck again in 2011. When Georgina was just 17, her mother died in a car accident. Losing both parents so early forced her to face the world's storms alone, at an age when most young people are still finding themselves. Dancing in the dust, from waitress to sales assistant. To survive, Georgina entered the workforce early. As a teenager, she already took on odd jobs, working as a waitress in restaurants. At 18, she moved alone to Madrid, where she juggled multiple roles, working in retail during the day and in bars at weekends, scraping by. She also spent a short time in Bristol, England, learning English while working as an au pair, earning about £9.50 an hour. Back in Spain, she landed a sales job at Massimo Dutti, and later, her hard work earned her a small step up. She became a sales assistant at a Gucci store in Madrid, what people often call a shop girl. This job meant more to her than just a paycheck, about £10 an hour. It brought her closer to the fashion world she had always admired. Yet life remained tough. In her documentary, she candidly shared that she lived in a tiny, cramped storage room that cost only £250 a month. Winters were bitterly cold, summers unbearably hot. She couldn't even afford heating or air conditioning. Every day, she commuted by public transport, shuttling between the glossy luxury store and her humble, shabby rental, living the most ordinary existence. It seemed that fate had closed door after door, but she never gave up hope. A glimpse of light, a fateful encounter. Then, on an ordinary workday in 2016, the wheel of fortune began to turn. At the Gucci store in Madrid, Georgina, still just a regular sales assistant, came face-to-face with Portuguese football superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, who walked in as a customer. That chance meeting would change the entire course of her life. From that moment on, Georgina Rodriguez was no longer the struggling girl who worried about her next meal. Her story, the Cinderella dream that had started in that modest terraced house in Jaca, was slowly becoming reality. She later told her story to the world in her autobiographical documentary, I Am Georgina. Today, she is a social media sensation, a businesswoman, and a model with tens of millions of followers. But those years of hardship and perseverance will always remain the deepest, most defining shade of her life's canvas. Madrid, 2016. A Gucci boutique on a busy shopping street. Georgina, then 22, was going about her usual routine as a sales assistant, dressed in her crisp uniform, moving between racks and customers. She was supposed to finish her shift at 5 p.m., but a lingering customer had kept her late. Just as she was about to leave, the door swung open, and in walked Cristiano Ronaldo, accompanied by his eldest son, Cristiano Jr. Georgina later recalled that moment on the Spanish TV show El Hormiguero. He was so handsome that when I saw him, I couldn't even look him in the eye. She described feeling as though the air stood still. She tried her hardest to stay professional, but inside, her heart was racing. Ronaldo asked about the sizes and details of a few jackets. Their conversation was brief, but it left an indelible mark on her. She would later say it was a moment of instant connection, and Ronaldo, too, admitted that the encounter stayed with him long after he left the store. From chance to love, a destiny fulfilled. Fate seemed unwilling to let their story end there. A few days later, they met again at a brand event. This time, they were able to talk more freely outside the formal setting of the shop. Georgina described it as a destined moment. After that, Ronaldo started visiting the Gucci store more often. Georgina remembers one time when he came by after a shift. That day he pulled up in a Bugatti. All my colleagues went crazy. And she, at the time, was still taking the bus home every day. Their relationship grew quietly and quickly. On January 9th, 2017, they made their first public appearance together at the FIFA Awards ceremony in Zurich, with Cristiano Jr. by their side. Then, in May of that same year, Ronaldo posted a cozy photo of the two of them cuddled on a sofa on Instagram, with a single red heart as the caption, officially confirming their love to the world. Building a family, the babies that made them whole. Just a few months later, their family began to grow. On November 12, 2017, Georgina gave birth to their first child together, a beautiful daughter named Alana Martina. It was a moment of pure joy. Georgina later said that holding her baby girl was the most incredible feeling she had ever known. Ronaldo, already a devoted father to Cristiano Jr., was over the moon. But Alana was not the only child in the household. Ronaldo already had 3 other children. Eldest son Cristiano Jr., born in 2010, and through surrogacy, twins Eva and Matteo, born in 2017, just months before Alana. Georgina embraced all of them as her own. She has often spoken about how she treats every child with the same unconditional love. No distinction, no favorites. In 2018, when Ronaldo transferred to Juventus, the whole family moved to Turin together. Georgina took on the role of full-time mother with grace and devotion. She would wake up early to prepare breakfast, take the children to school, and be there for every bedtime story. She once said in her documentary, "My life is my family." I never imagined I could love so many little souls so deeply. In 2022, the couple welcomed another set of twins, but tragically, their baby boy passed away during childbirth. Their baby girl, Bella Esmeralda, survived and is now a cherished member of the family. Through joy and sorrow, Georgina and Ronaldo have stood by each other. Today, the couple share a bustling, loving household with 5 children: Cristiano Jr., Eva, Matteo, Alana Martina, and Bella Esmeralda. Georgina, once the struggling girl from a tiny storage room, is now the heart of a big, beautiful family. Proof that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can rewrite your entire life. That is how a simple shop girl met a football legend, fell in love, and turned her Cinderella dream into a beautiful, messy, and deeply loving reality. The girl who once lived in a freezing storage room for £250 a month now wakes up every morning in a sprawling mansion. But for Georgina, happiness has never been about the marble floors, the private jets, or the designer wardrobes. It is about the chaos of little feet padding down the hallway, the sound of laughter at the breakfast table, and the steady warmth of the man she loves by her side. The heart of the home, a busy, beautiful household. Today, Georgina is the beating heart of a bustling family of 7. Her days begin early, not with glamorous photo shoots, but with school runs. She personally prepares breakfast for Cristiano Jr., Eva, Matteo, Alana Martina, and little Bella Esmeralda. She packs their lunches, braids her daughter's hair, and kisses each one goodbye before they head off to class. Despite having a team of helpers, Georgina insists on being a hands-on mother. She has said in interviews, "I grew up without a mother by my side during my toughest years. I know what it feels like to be alone, so I will never let my children feel that emptiness for even 1 second." She reads bedtime stories, helps with homework, and turns their massive home into a warm, loving sanctuary where every child feels equally cherished. She once shared a tender moment on her documentary. Alana Martina, her first biological daughter, looked at her and said, "Mummy, you are my best friend." For Georgina, that single sentence meant more than any award or luxury gift ever could. A power couple, love that endures. Her relationship with Cristiano Ronaldo has only deepened over the years. They are partners in every sense of the word. While Ronaldo dominates the football pitch, Georgina is his rock off it. She attends his matches, cheering loudly from the stands, her eyes sparkling with pride. When he scores, she is often the first to celebrate on social media, calling him her eternal love. But their love is not just about glamorous red carpets and award ceremonies. It is in the quiet moments, cooking dinner together, watching movies on the couch, or simply holding hands while walking through the garden. Ronaldo has called her the woman who completed my life. He admires her strength, her resilience, and the way she transformed from a shy shop girl into a confident matriarch without ever losing her humility. Building an empire, from shop girl to businesswoman. While she is a devoted mother and partner, Georgina has also built an impressive career of her own. Her Netflix documentary series, I Am Georgina, became a global hit, giving millions a glimpse into her extraordinary life. She has walked the runway, graced the covers of Vogue and Elle, and become a global brand ambassador for luxury labels like Bulgari. She also launched her own activewear and swimwear collection, pouring her heart into every design. The money, she says, is wonderful, but what truly fulfills her is knowing she built something from nothing. She often revisits her old neighborhood in Madrid to remind herself of how far she has come, telling her followers, "Never forget where you started." That is what keeps you grounded. Sorrow and strength, finding light in the darkness. Of course, her journey has not been without pain. In April 2022, she and Ronaldo suffered an unspeakable loss. Their baby boy passed away during childbirth. The world watched as Georgina and Ronaldo wept together, their hearts shattered. But even in her deepest grief, Georgina showed remarkable courage. She channeled her sorrow into love for their surviving twin, Bella Esmeralda, and for her other children. She once posted a heartfelt message. "The pain will never fully go away, but neither will our love. We keep going for the little ones who are here and for the angel who is watching over us." That raw vulnerability endeared her even more to the world. Her happiness today is not naive or unblemished. It is hard-won, deep and real. The true meaning of happiness. Today, Georgina travels the world, from the golden dunes of Saudi Arabia, where the family now resides, to the sunny shores of the Algarve. She flies on private jets and wears million-dollar jewelry. But if you ask her what her happiest moment is, her answer is always the same. A quiet Sunday afternoon at home, all 5 children running around the living room, and Cristiano looking at her with that familiar, loving smile. She has often said, "I don't need a prince to rescue me. I found my king, and together we built our own kingdom." Georgina Rodriguez's story is far from over. It is a story of a girl who lost everything, dared to dream, worked tirelessly, and eventually found a love and a family that healed every scar. She is not just Cristiano Ronaldo's wife. She is a mother, a fighter, a survivor, and living proof that sometimes fairy tales do come true. That is the story of Georgina's happy life after marriage. A life defined not by fame or fortune, but by love, resilience, and the beautiful, noisy chaos of a full heart and a full home.